Today's episode is very special and unique for multiple reasons. I'm going to be introducing you to a very traditional and unique rice variety from Kerala which dates back as far as 3000 BC. It has a reference in the Ayurvedic text Charaka Samhita as a medicinal food. We have a very special guest in today's episode. She is a renowned food activist working actively on farmer issues and promotes organic food in a big way. And last but not the least, we have a very special recipe for you made with this medicinal rice. So, what are we waiting for? Let's begin. Namaskaram, I am Sujata, an educator in biology and environmental science, a health and wellness consultant, and your host on Munch and Mull. The indigenous rice variety that we are going to be looking at today is native to North Kerala and South Karnataka, and it is slender grain and full bran rice, the name of which is Rakthashali. Rakthashali is made of two words, Rakta, that is blood, and Shali, it's a particular season in which this is grown. I thought the name Rakthashali was given due to its deep red color, but there is much more to Rakthashali, and there are a lot of secrets that this rice holds for us. So let us get to know more about this rice from our special guest today, Devi Lakshmi Kuti.
Namaskaram.
So Devi is a very close friend of ours for more than a decade. She's also a consultant to the Save Our Rice campaign, which has managed to save about more than 1,000 traditional rice varieties from across India. She is also the co-founder of BioBasics, a social venture that promotes organic food among people. Devi has a storehouse of lots and lots of knowledge, but today we are going to be asking her some very specific questions. And before I forget, this special episode is a collaboration between BioBasics and Munch and Mull. You will find answers to the following questions in this video. What makes Rakthashali rice so unique? For whom is Rakthashali rice most suitable? Why is this traditional preparation called kanji suitable particularly during the peak of monsoon? What are the other ways to use Rakthashali rice? This is going to be a conversation, so sit back, relax, be patient and enjoy the nuggets of knowledge from this conversation right up to the Mull Point. So Devi, tell us what is so special and unique about Rakthashali rice?
Okay, thank you for having me on Munch and Mull, Sujata. I keep watching it, but I think this is the first time maybe I'm coming on this. I'm glad I'm coming to talk about Rakthashali rice because even today for lunch we are going to have Rakthashali.
Wow.
Yeah. The Rakthashali rice I came across a few years back when one of the farmers who gives rice to BioBasics said that, you know, I have this wonderful rice, you have to have it. I've heard about it previously, but when I saw it and I ate it, I realized that it is something really unique. It's for a red rice, it's very small grain. Mostly red rices are bold. It has got a nice bright red color, very beautiful when you look at it, and when you cook it, it's easy to cook, easy to digest, and nutritively it is high on zinc. One of the major things they found out during testing of values is the vitamin B5 is quite high in Rakthashali compared to other rices. So among rices it has higher calcium and quite a bit of fiber. It cooks well, it cooks easily, and it's very delicious. So in all ways, if you look at it, it is quite a complete rice. Just to give a context, most heritage rices, a lot of information is anecdotal, a lot of information is from old tech. Some of it is coming through in the new reports.
So here's Mia who's disrupting our recording. Mia! So that was really nice, Devi. But is there something like Rakthashali suitable for particular people?
Yes, I would say that because of its property for creating red blood cells, always such rices are good for women. Okay, I mustn't miss this bit. It's very good for people who are recovering from illnesses because it's very light, very easy to digest. Another good thing for all of us is who struggle with eating red rice, it's easy to cook as well. So we have anecdotal evidence from one of our farmer families that during one of their relatives' treatment, Rakthashali helped keep up the blood count. And lactating women, pregnant women, it's very good because the red blood cells is always good for women's
So
health.
it could be good for anemic people also.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Devi, you did mention that in Kerala, Kanji is very popular during the Karkada Masam. By the way, Karkada Masam in Kerala is also known as Adi Masam in Tamil Nadu and Ashad in Maharashtra. So what is the significance of Kanji and Karkada Masam?
Karkidagam is the month of the highest, the peak point of the southwest monsoon. And as you know that Kerala is the recipient of huge amounts of monsoon rain. And traditionally, this has been, since ages what has been done is, that is a month in Kerala, it's called Panyamasam, where you don't have fresh vegetables because the rain will destroy everything. And that is the time of illnesses. And now we are seeing that everybody is down with a cold or a fever and it's all over. So that is a month of rejuvenation and building of immunity. And Kanji is a particularly important part of this whole regime of building immunity and rejuvenation. And there are different aspects to it. We have the normal Kanji that all of us have, In Kerala particularly, we have it with the moong, whole moong is our ingredient, or we have it with coconut milk. But in Karkidagam, you have a particular kind of Kanji called Aushadha Kanji. The Aushadha Kanji is, has a series of herbs and spices which is added. Methi being one of the important ingredients in that. Coconut again is there, pepper, and lots of other ingredients. So there are also a couple of other things quite important which I think our generation or even my mother's generation has given up. I think it was my grandmother's time they used to do, they had something called Dashapushpa. These are these 10 herbs or widely sourced, Tumba I know is one of them, the Tumba Poo. So 10 different flowers and herbs which grow just wild around the garden which are pulled, and the juice of it is taken and the leaf juice is taken and added to the Kanji, cooked with it. And there's also another aspect called Pattila Thoran. Apparently this is greens, the greens of things like chauli beans, pumpkin, the vegetables that grow there, the greens are taken and they make a poriyal or thoran with it.
Wow.
There is an important aspect to the Aushadha Kanji, it is the rice we use. So medicinal rices are used, medicinal rices like Rakthashali, Navara is a very important one. So is my aunt used to say there is something called Erimakari, which is not even grown anymore. So we can use the other red rices also which are commonly used like a tondi, a kuruva, chitteni. So many such rices are there. The medicinal rices would make, the impact of it would be much higher.
So much of amazing traditional knowledge that we are losing out. It's really sad,
Well, this is the cost of development and progress, I suppose.
So here are the ingredients to make our Karkada Masam special Kanji with Rakthashali rice. So I have taken 1.5 cups of Rakthashali rice, 1.5 cups of coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of jaggery and salt to taste. It's very easy to extract coconut milk, and I have depicted the process in the episode on pumpkin soup, the link of which is given above. So look at how beautiful this small grained Rakthashali rice is, red in color. So I will be soaking this Rakthashali rice for about 3 hours before pressure cooking it. So here's the Rakthashali rice which has been soaked in water for about 3 hours. So I will drain this water off and we'll add fresh water for pressure cooking. Pre-soaking the Rakthashali rice for at least 3 hours is extremely important because it's a full bran rice. So here is the soaked water which I will be watering it for my plants. So let me transfer this soaked Rakthashali rice into a vessel. This is 1.5 cups. So for 1.5 cups of rice, I am going to be adding 4.5 cups of water. And we can always adjust the water later on and adjust the consistency. 2, 3, 4, 4.5, and now I will add the jaggery also to this. Give it a mix. Do not add salt at this point because if salt is added then it takes longer time to cook. So here this is ready for pressure cooking. Close it. We will pressure cook it for 4 to 5 whistles, and after that keep it on sim for about 5 to 10 minutes and then switch it off. So now 5 whistles are over, we'll reduce the flame to sim for 5 minutes. So I'm switching off the gas now. So let this cool and then we'll open and see how our Rakthashali Kanji looks like. So here let's open the pressure cooker. See, this is nicely cooked. So we'll remove this vessel out. So now to this Kanji, I'll add salt. And last but not the least, let's add this creamy coconut milk. Coconut milk is optional. So here our Rakthashali Kanji is ready. This Rakthashali Kanji goes very well with the pachapairu or green gram pulukku. It adds to the protein content of a wholesome meal, and I will be uploading this recipe soon. So now after making it, it's time to relish my Rakthashali Kanji with pachapairu pulukku. Delicious. Healthy too. And this is the first time I'm adding coconut milk to the Kanji. It was Devi's recipe and it's come out absolutely fabulous. So apart from making Kanji, what are the other ways in which Rakthashali rice could be used?
Like I said, we are having it for lunch today, so it can be used as table rice. Then I have tried various recipes, like you make all these Southeast Asian rices, or we can even make a bisibelabath or a sambar sadam or anything that we make with some slightly sticky, because it has got bran. When it gets cooked, it will be slightly sticky. So whatever we make with a sticky rice.
Can we powder it and make it into a puttu or something?
Definitely.
It's possible.
But I read something very interesting. Rice, they say, is the one grain which as a grain is even more digestible than the
Powder.
flour.
Oh, okay.
That's new information for me as well.
That's interesting. And by the way, the recipe that you just saw, the Rakthashali rice Kanji, I did not know that coconut milk could be added. So thanks to Devi, it's her recipe.
Thank you.
After hearing all this precious information shared to us by Devi, are you inspired to, use this season to heal your body? If you are, then you could order a lot of medicinal rice varieties from BioBasics. The link to order from BioBasics is given in the description box, and you will get a discount on your first order. Many of you may have a fundamental question: what on earth are medicinal rices? How can rice be medicinal? So let's pick Devi's brain for answers to this question, and after all, she's a specialist on traditional rice varieties.
So, like you said, medicinal rices, I mean, people would think it's a strange term. How can rices be medicinal? Most of the traditional rices have an array of nutrients. They have minerals, they have, fiber, a lot of what they meet is some of our health requirements. That is how they get the name of being medicinal rices. Like Navara is good for arthritis. Ayurveda treatments use Navara internally and also for external application. In Tamil Nadu, Ilipaipu Samba, Mapillai Samba, Poongar, these are nutritive as well as medicinal rices, because they are again addressing certain health issues. So what we do is, today we go seeking outside, we go looking for supplements, we go looking for aids to help our health, whereas we don't look in the food that we eat. Can we choose food items which give us all this naturally? And this knowledge is coming up now. I mean, more research is going into it, and each day we are realizing that there are new medicinal properties for the traditional rices that we have. So definitely this is something to look into and something to adopt into our lifestyle.
So Devi, thank you so much for sharing your precious knowledge with all our viewers. These are knowledge that we need to, preserve it and use it in our lives to make our health better. Thank you once again.
And thank you, Sujata. And before you go, it's been raining another medicinal food, right, all around us while we've been
this jamun tree.
Yeah. So this has been, it's jamun season and it's just raining. The tree is just raining so much bounty. We have to use more of this. This is another medicinal food.
So if you like this episode, do click on the like button, and your likes are an indication to YouTube that you enjoy these videos. And if you want more such content, do subscribe to Munch and Mull. In your family too, you must have heard of these traditional rice variety stories from your parents or grandparents. If you have any such stories, do share them in the comment section below. Our other viewers would also get benefited from these stories. And don't forget to share this video with your kith and kin. Mia, come here. Mia, come here, sit in between. We want to have you in the video. Why don't you cooperate? Come. Come.
You're being like a teen. Come in.
Mia.
And we want to eat jamun.
Mia, could eat. You're taking?
Mia. To just get something. Come here.